Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me on this beautiful Saturday morning. Although this edition may not air on Saturday morning. But it's Saturday here, and it's beautiful today. The sun's shining. It's going to be a warm day here in Missouri. Today's topic is going to be courage. I've talked about fear before, but I thought courage was a little more positive than fear. It is the opposite of fear. What is the difference between a hero and a coward? They both have fear. They both feel fear. The difference is the hero faces and confronts his fear, and the coward runs from his fear. Fear is very deceptive. It disguises itself in many ways: procrastination, justification, rationalization, but it's all fear. I mean, obviously, if you see a pit bull or a Rottweiler and it's got off the chain and you're out of your car walking to someone's door and it's coming towards you and you think it's going to bite you, to say the least, you're going to feel fear. Now, in a case like that, if you can climb up a tree, it might be the best thing, unless you have a gun or a club or something that you can defend yourself with. That fear is obvious. It's not hard to tell that that's a fear. You can actually even feel that physically. I've had that happen to me before, so I had one pit bull and 3 Rottweilers surround me. We were working at this house, and beside this house was the house that the homeowner lived in. And the little girl let the dogs out, and they surrounded me. So I couldn't get away from them. And as I turned to one to try to back it off, the other one bit me from behind, and I turned back around to that one. They worked in a group. So yes, I felt fear, but I did not show the fear because I could not run away from them. Okay, but it was a strong feeling. Fortunately, my boys were on the ladders. We were painting a house, and they started banging on the ladders. It distracted the dogs long enough that I could grab a ladder and climb up, and then call the homeowner and have her come out and get the dogs in. So that's one form of fear, which is obvious. And of course, if you're standing on a high building and look over the edge, there's a certain fear there. They say that we're only born with 2 fears: the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. All the rest of these fears are learned, such as the fear with a dog. I've been bit 5 or 6 times, so I have that fear. Now, fear is not a bad thing. It actually keeps you from getting killed. Obviously, you're afraid to walk out into traffic, and if you did, you may get run over. So fear can be a good thing, but it can also stop you from achieving your desires and your dreams. Another example may be you see this beautiful girl, and you're walking in the same direction as her. She's coming towards you. You want to say something to her, and you thought of something intuitively that you should say, that you want to say, but you start to think, well, she's probably got a boyfriend. A girl that pretty is not going to want anything to do with me, etc., etc. So you rationalize it away. And then you walk past and you think, I should have talked to her. I should have spoken to her. Well, no, she probably had somebody anyway. Here's the deal. As a man, excuse me, as a man, your job is to show up, okay? Regardless of what she does, if you approach her, she may go with you. You're never going to know if she's going to like you or go anywhere with you or have a relationship with you or have anything with you if you don't approach her. So what if she shoots you down? So what if she doesn't even answer you? So what if she doesn't say hi back? It has no reflection on who you are as a person. How do you know her mother didn't die last night? Or her little brother? Or she lost her job just 5 minutes before? Or her and her boyfriend just broke up? You have no idea what's going on in her life. But too many times men will talk to a girl like that, and she'll shoot him down, and he automatically thinks it's because of himself. It may not have nothing to do with you. 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with you. If you go for a job interview, you may be the best qualified person going, and there's going to be some fear there because you have the fear of rejection. That is one of the greatest fears men have, is the fear of failure, the fear of rejection. And what these things do, they keep us from ever even trying to achieve our goals, our desires, our dreams, our visions. So we justify that, rationalize that, and we don't even step out and try. Oh, I don't know. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. Let me see. I want to be a CEO of a company. I don't know. How am I going to get there? Do I have to go to college? Well, I don't have a college education. I know a man that graduated from high school. He is a CEO of a company. He's doing the job and has been doing the job of college graduates for years. He has no college education. How did he do that? He did not use that or let that be an obstacle to him. He overcame those obstacles by his belief. I don't care if you don't have a high school education, you don't have a college education. You can be and do whatever you desire to be and do. You can learn what you need to know. I flunked English in high school. I had a successful English school in Latin America for 5 years. How's that? You know what I did? I learned English so I could teach it. And if you've ever heard of the Bridge of Incidents, one of the people I was teaching, one of my students, happened to be an English teacher, a Spanish English teacher. So as I would be teaching her in private classes, she would ask me questions, and I would say, I don't know the answer to that, but I will look it up and I will get back to you. So what I would do after I taught her during the day is I would find the answer to her question and tell her the next day. And as I did, I learned more and more. And obviously I knew more about English as I was teaching than I did ever when I was learning it in school. And I'm a high school dropout. I have a successful painting company. I've started the YouTube channel. I've written 2 books. I've published one. The other one will be published at the end of May. So wait for that. It's a great book. Check out my other book that came out in October of 2020. Coming Back Home. I had to think, I couldn't remember the name. Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. It's a very inspirational story. It's a true story, and I know you'll enjoy it, and it will inspire you to get back up and never give up when life knocks you down. And life will knock you down. You have to have courage to live. You don't have to have courage to survive, but to truly live, to live your life, to live an adventurous life, or whatever type of life you want to live. There's always going to be something standing between you and your desires in life, and that's going to be fear. You just as well make it a friend, because it's always going to be with you. You have to face your fears and overcome them if you desire to achieve the things you want to achieve in life. When I started this YouTube channel, I didn't even know what a thumbnail was. I know for some of you younger viewers, you may think, how could he not know what a thumbnail is? I didn't know what a hashtag was. I didn't know how to make a video. I didn't know any of that. And I had fear, okay? But I did it, and I learned as I went. My children showed me how to do everything that I'm doing today. I still have fears. I am building a website. Even that, there's small fears that. I'm writing another book. As I said, I published one book. I have another one in editing and formatting. It will come out at the end of May. It's more of an inspirational, educational variety. I don't know about education. Yeah, educational in the way that it's educational in the ways of life and the universal laws and how life works. Okay, but every time I sit down to write, and with the new book I'm writing now, I have fear. I think, am I going to be able to write? I don't know what I'm going to write about. There's fear there, but once I sit down, I take the action, I start to do it, the words flow. And it's the same way with you. You just have to start. And I always quote Martin Luther King, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. And that's something people do. They say, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Don't worry about the how. Get a vision, get a goal, get a purpose. See yourself at the end. See yourself in the fulfillment of that vision or goal, and the way will be revealed to you. Not the whole way all at once, but the first step will be revealed to you. And you are required to use courage to take that first step, even though you can't see the whole way. Don't wait for the whole journey to be revealed to you before you take that first step, because it will never happen. Now, it's good to make a plan the best you can, but be flexible with that plan, because things will happen and difficulties will arise, obstacles, barriers will come up that you will have to go around. Maybe some you will go through. Maybe you will end up at a completely different place than where you started out at. But if you don't start out in a direction for something, you will never end up anywhere. You will end up like the masses, the people who live lives of quiet desperation. And if you're not moving towards your goal, your vision, fulfilling your purpose in life, you will never feel fulfilled. You will never find fulfillment in a woman, okay? You will never find fulfillment in a job. You will never find fulfillment in money, cars, planes, whatever your thing, sports happens to be. The joy is in the journey. Now, you can be fulfilled if your vision or your purpose or your goal is to reach a certain level of fitness or in competitive athletics or whatever it happens to be, but it has to be something that you love, because you have to be fulfilled. If you think that fulfillment will come when you reach the goal, you're mistaken. There will be a certain high which is very short-lived, but you have to find something that you enjoy the journey, that you love doing, because today is the day, now is the time, the present moment is all you have. Okay? Tomorrow at this time, it will be now. It's always now. Many people think, well, when I retire, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Do it now. Don't work 30 years at a job you're miserable at so you can retire someday and live your life. This is your life today. This now, right now, is your life. How are you spending it? How do you plan on fulfilling your desires? Everyone wants to be happy. They think that they have this money, this woman, this car, whatever, something outside of themselves that they're going to find happiness and fulfillment. It doesn't come from that. Fulfillment comes from living in the moment and doing what you're here to do in this moment. Not doing something now so 10 years or 20 or 30 years from now you can enjoy your life. You must enjoy your life now. Find a way to enjoy what you're doing. Find something that you love right now. And if you don't like what you're doing, find a way to like what you're doing and dream about doing something else. And when the intuitive thoughts come to take action towards that other dream or goal, take those. Face that fear and take that. Okay? We're out of time. I hope this has been of help to you. Smash that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend. See ya.